The galaxy loved to laugh at Earth. Humans were new, loud, and careless, or so the alien councils believed. When Earth revealed its secret project, the laughter became louder. They called it the Rage Dragon, a massive living weapon built from metal, flesh, and controlled energy. Its wings were wider than battleships. Its eyes burned like red stars. The aliens said it was ugly, unstable, and poorly designed. This is Earth's greatest failure. The elders mocked. They said humans did not understand power. They said humans played with fire. At first, the Rage Dragon obeyed. It was created to defend Earth, not to destroy. It followed commands, protected colonies, and stopped pirate fleets. But every battle filled it with pain. Every order pushed it closer to rage. The humans watched in fear as their creation began to change. The dragon screamed during missions. Its power grew wild, its mind filled with anger and loneliness. The galaxy did not wait to understand. They forced Earth to seal the dragon away. A deep space prison was built far from any star. Layer after layer of energy shields surrounded a single cell. Inside that cell, the Rage Dragon was locked alone. The alien guards laughed as the gates closed. Problem solved, they said. A failed monster belongs in a cage. Time passed slowly in the dark. The dragon waited. It remembered voices, commands, and pain. It remembered humans who once stood near it. Now gone, anger burned inside its chest. But so did something else, loneliness. Every visitor who came to the prison stayed far away. Scientists watched from behind thick glass. Soldiers kept their weapons ready. No one spoke to the dragon. No one dared to come close. They called it dangerous. They called it a mistake. They never called it alive. The Rage Dragon stopped roaring after many cycles. Not because it was calm, but because no one listened. Its massive body rested in silence, eyes half closed. The galaxy believed the threat was over. Then something strange happened. One quiet cycle. The prison alarms did not scream. No invasion, no escape attempt. Yet the guards noticed a small human figure walking through the main corridor. A child. She was very small. Her steps were slow. Her hands were empty. The guards froze in shock. What is a child doing here? One of them whispered. No one had an answer. The girl stopped in front of the sealed cell. The energy shields hummed loudly around her. Inside, the Rage Dragon opened one burning eye. It felt something new, something soft. The child looked up. She did not scream. She did not run. She smiled. The guards shouted for her to step back. Scientists panicked behind the glass. The galaxy's most feared creature slowly lifted its head, for the first time in a very long time. The Rage Dragon felt no hatred in the eyes watching it. The child stepped closer to the barrier. Her small voice echoed in the massive chamber. Not loud, not afraid. Hello, she said. The dragon's wings twitched. Its fire did not rise. Its rage did not explode. Somewhere deep inside the sealed monster, something ancient and forgotten stirred. The galaxy had locked away a weapon, but it had forgotten one thing. Even monsters can hear kindness. The alarms finally sounded. Red lights filled the prison hall. Guards ran toward the sealed cell, with weapons raised. The little human girl stood very still. She did not understand why everyone was shouting. She only knew that the big creature behind the light walls looked sad. Inside the cell, the Rage Dragon watched her closely. It's burning. I followed every small movement. This human was different. She did not smell like fear. She did not act like a threat. Move the child away, the alien commander shouted. She will die if she stays. But the girl did not move. She placed her small hand on the glowing energy shield. The shield flashed, but did not hurt her. The scientists stared in disbelief. No one had ever touched the barrier before. No one had ever stood that close and survived. The dragon felt the touch, not on its body. But somewhere deeper, a memory stirred. Long ago, humans had stood near it without fear. Long ago, it had protected them. The dragon released a low growl. The sound shook the walls. Guards aimed their weapons. Ready to fire, the girl flinched, but she did not run. She looked up and spoke softly. You are loud, she said, but you are not bad. The words echoed through the chamber. The Rage Dragon froze. No one had spoken to it like that before. It remembered orders. It remembered pain. It remembered being called a weapon. It did not remember being spoken to like a living being. The dragon leaned closer to the barrier. its massive head lowered, firelight flickered around its jaws. The guards held their breath. This was the moment they expected death. Instead, the dragon stopped. Its rage pushed against its mind, but something stronger pushed back. The small human voice, calm and warm. "Why are you alone?" the girl asked. No one answered her. No one dared to speak. The dragon's wings slowly folded. Its claws relaxed against the cold floor. The fire around its body dimmed. The scientists began recording everything, their hands shaking, their voices silent. The alien commander whispered, "This should not be possible." The girl sat down in front of the cell, her legs crossed, her head tilted. She looked like a child waiting for a story. "I come every day now," she said. "So you are not lonely?" The rage dragon felt something crack inside its chest. Not metal, not bone, something unseen. Loneliness had kept its rage alive, and now that loneliness was being challenged. The dragon released a slow breath. Hot air washed over the barrier, but the girl only laughed softly. "That tickles," she said. For the first time since its sealing, the rage dragon did not feel like a monster. Behind the glass, the galaxy's leaders realized a terrible truth. The creature they feared was not calming because of chains or shields. It was calming because of a child, and deep in space, unseen by all, something else began to move. Enemies were watching. They had noticed the change. The sealed monster was waking up, not with rage, but with purpose. The girl returned the next day, and the day after that. Each time, the guards argued. Each time, the scientists warned of danger. And each time, the rage dragon waited. Her name was Lily. She said it with a smile, as if names were gifts meant to be shared. Inside the cell, the dragon listened. It did not understand all her words, but it understood her tone. There was no command in her voice, only care. Lily talked about small things, the sky on Earth, the taste of sweet fruit, the sound of rain on metal roofs. With every word, memories returned. The dragon remembered its first moments, human hands, adjusting systems, human voices calling it a guardian, not a weapon. It remembered standing between Earth and destruction. It remembered shielding cities with its wings. It remembered pain, but it also remembered purpose. The rage inside it was born from betrayal, from being used and then feared, from being locked away without a choice. Lily did not know any of this, yet somehow she felt it. "Were you protecting them?" she asked one day, her voice gentle. The dragon's eye widened. No one had ever asked it that before. Slowly, the dragon lowered its head. The motion shook the chamber, but it was not anger, it was agreement. The scientists gasped. The dragon had answered. From that day, Lily brought small drawings, crude pictures made with simple colors. A big dragon, a small girl, standing together under stars. She pressed them against the energy shield. The dragon stared at them for long moments. "You look like my dad," Lily said softly. The words were simple, but they struck harder than any weapon. The dragon's chest burned, not with fire, but with something heavy and warm. Dad had been created, trained, controlled, but never claimed. The rage that once screamed inside it began to change. It did not vanish, it sharpened. It became focused, not for destruction, but for protection. The alien leaders watched with growing fear. They saw the truth forming. The dragon was not losing power, it was gaining control. Control born from connection. Warnings spread across the galaxy. Hostile fleets shifted course. They sensed weakness. They believed Earth's greatest weapon was distracted. Inside the sealed cell, the dragon felt the danger approaching. Its instincts screamed, but it remained still. Lily sensed the tension. "Are you scared?" she asked. The dragon looked at her, its massive eyes softening. For the first time in its existence, the rage dragon understood what it was fighting for. Outside the prison, stars moved, enemy ships gathered, and the galaxy prepared to test the bond between a child and a monster. The first warning came too late. Enemy ships appeared from folded space around the prison station. Dark hulls, sharp weapons, no signals of peace. The galaxy's enemies had been watching. They believed the rage dragon was weak. They believed Earth had lost control of its greatest creation. Inside the prison, alarms screamed, lights flashed. Guards ran to battle stations. Lily held the barrier tightly, her small face filled with worry. "They are coming," she whispered. The rage dragon felt the threat clearly. Every instinct told it to burn, to destroy, to rage. The old fire surged inside its core. Outside the cell, commanders argued. "We cannot release it," one shouted. "It will destroy everything," another voice answered. "Or it will save us." Enemy fire struck the station. The walls shook. Energy shields flickered. Lily turned toward the dragon, tears in her eyes. "Dad," she said, "please help them." The word echoed, not as a command, but as trust. The rage dragon roared. The sound filled the prison. But this roar was different. It was controlled. The dragon stood tall. Its wings spread wide. Fire and light wrapped around its body. "Open the seal," a human commander said. His voice steady. "We made it to protect, not to cage." The energy. Locks disengaged. One by one, the barriers fell. The rage dragon stepped forward, free for the first time since its imprisonment. It did not attack the station. It turned toward the threat. Enemy ships fired. The dragon answered with blazing force. Not wild, not reckless, precise. It shielded the station with its wings. It struck only the attackers. Its rage became a weapon with purpose. The battle was short. The enemy fleet was shattered. Their confidence burned away in dragonfire. Silence returned to space. The galaxy watched in shock. Earth's sealed monster had not destroyed its creators. It had saved them. The rage dragon returned to the station, its massive form blocking the stars. It lowered its head toward the small human girl. Lily smiled through her tears. "I knew you would," she said. Across the galaxy, a hard lesson spread. Humans did not build weapons. They built guardians. And the ones who laughed before were laughing no longer. The battle ended, but the galaxy did not return to how it was before. News spread across star systems. The sealed monster had chosen mercy. The rage dragon had defended those who once feared it. Alien leaders gathered in silence. Their old laughter felt heavy and foolish now. They had called it a failure. They had called it a mistake. They were wrong. The prison station was repaired, but the cell remained empty. The seals were never rebuilt. The rage dragon was free, not as a weapon, but as a guardian. Humans approached it carefully, not with chains, not with commands, but with respect. Lily stood at the front, holding a small flag of Earth. She reached out, and the dragon lowered its head so she could touch it. The galaxy watched the image again and again. A child and a creature once feared by all, standing together without fear. From that day on, the rage dragon became Earth's shield. It guarded trade routes. It stood between colonies and danger. Its power was vast, but its control was greater. Alien empires changed their rules. They no longer mocked human creations. They no longer demanded chains. They asked questions instead. One council finally spoke the truth. Humans do not create weapons. They create bonds. Lily often sat on the dragon's shoulder, watching stars pass by. She told it stories, and it listened. The rage inside the dragon did not disappear. It remained, but it was no longer anger. It was love shaped into strength. Across the galaxy, enemies learned to hesitate, because behind Earth stood something unstoppable. Not a monster, not a machine, a family. And in the quiet of space, the rage dragon spread its wings, a guardian, a father, and a reminder to the stars: never laugh at what humans call family.